Of the deep end, where your soul is your best friend, searching for a reason to go astray. Wild dreams turn to nightmares, silver clouds turn to golden stains. Everything she used to know is slipping away. Yeah. My puzzle piece, I only got it for a short-term lease. No time for asking, no going back to get hurt. I take a little from the mixture, I try to fit it into the picture. Got a place where you're standing, dig your shoes into the dirt. Trying hard to get back, learning on the stones. Put you on my shoulders, we can be the only one. See the world still spinning round, getting dizzy when we're low. There's a reason to be home, there's a feeling when you smile, but it feels like it might take over, this feeling deep inside. There's a distance down the line, far away from the station. We can leave it all behind on a rolling creation. Set away from the window, oh, and lock the doors. Can't you learn from the last time and the time before? See the world still spinning round, getting dizzy when we're low. best friend. Searching for a reason to go astray.
Talking to Karl Turek here today. Just got done training at Pura Vida. Karl, when is your next fight?
My next fight's November 18th at Potowatomi Bingo Casino in Milwaukee.
And who's your opponent?
I'll be fighting Will, the franchise Dicke.
All right, Will's got a record of 10-5. He's currently riding a 3-fight win streak, all of them in Combat USA. I think it was Luis Ramirez, Adam Vanderveen, Zach Browder. Your teammates, sort of, with Adam Vanderveen. What can you tell me about Will Dicke?
Oh, he's a tough guy. I know him. I've trained with him a little bit. He's strong. He's a good athlete. He's not very technical. He has to knock me out. That's his only option. That's the only way he could possibly beat me, and I don't think he's going to be able to do that.
All right, it kind of seemed like earlier in his career he might have been a sprawling brawler, and he's kind of turning into possibly like a ground and pounder. He's got a lot of power, both on the feet and if he does get that takedown. Where do you see this fight taking place?
I see this fight taking place on the feet. He doesn't want to take me down. I know that for a fact. So he's probably going to want to stay in the trade with me, and I'm cool with that. I'll stay in his grill and we can trade leather. Whoever falls down first loses.
All right, and your last fight, don't know if you really want to talk about it or not, but you took on Dallas O'Malley. I believe he's like 8-2 now. The King of the Cage. Why don't you tell me how that fight went down?
I wasn't aggressive enough in that fight. He got a lot of takedowns. He didn't do much damage, but he controlled me. He controlled me on the ground, and he controlled me in the clinch, and it cost me the fight. If I would have been more aggressive, I think I would have done better. But I can't take anything away from him. The kid's a stud. He has superior wrestling for sure, and his hands are good, and his ground game's pretty good. So I definitely didn't walk away with my head down. But I feel like if I would have been more aggressive, I could have won that fight. I think it was a very, very close fight. I feel like it could have went either way, and I'm not down after it. I'm not looking at coming into this next fight coming off a loss. I mean, that was, it's a close fight. If it goes to the judges, anything can happen, So.
All right. Lately, I've heard a little sentiment that is this going to be your last fight, or is the door still open, or?
I was talking about retiring just due to the regulations. But now, I think, if anything, the regulations have motivated me more. I had to come up with $600 cash out of my family fund, and for those people that don't know, I have 8 kids at home, so coming up with that kind of cash to get a license to fight really has motivated me. I think I'm hungrier now than I ever was. I was definitely going to retire after this fight until I shelled out the money and went and got my MRI and took care of that stuff. Now it basically has made me angry, not at anyone in particular, but I'm hungrier for that win. I need to get that money back. In order to get that money back, I need to win fights. So I'm definitely going to have 2-3 more fights after this one. I was definitely talking about hanging it up. In fact, I had even told Red a while ago this was going to be my last one. But like I said, once I took that money out of the family fund to get a license, I feel like I owe it to them to get that money back. And the only way to get that money back is to fight and to win the fights. And now it's more of not so much fighting for a hobby, but fighting to put that money back in the bank account, to take care of my family. So it's as corny as it sounds, it's kind of taking food out of my kid's mouth now, so retirement's not in my head anymore.
You've been fighting some of the top guys in the division. Is there anybody you haven't fought that you're looking to fight in the area, or?
Yeah, fight anybody, to be honest with you. Yeah, have been fighting the top guys in Wisconsin because I'm not going to fight anybody else at this point in my career. You know, I know Duke has some really talented guys. I wouldn't mind fighting. I think his name's Joe Cason. I don't know how to pronounce it, but he looks super tough. I'd say if he was in the state rankings, he'd probably be number one. You know, so I definitely like to fight him. I'm not calling him out, but you know, yeah, I definitely. You know, he'd be a great fight, especially on a local show. You know, I think
yeah, great record. He's fought in Strikeforce. Yeah. I mean, even though he got knocked out quickly by Ovin St. Preux.
And getting knocked out quickly doesn't take anything away from him. That can happen to anybody, you know.
All right, you just got your blue belt this week. Why don't you tell me a little bit how long that journey's been? Maybe a couple of stories along there or something.
You know, when I first started in the sport, getting a rank in jiu-jitsu was the furthest thing from my mind, you know, and meeting Red for the first time and kind of being under him really made me appreciate the art and the sport of Brazilian jiu-jitsu, you know. So I've been working I'd say, you know, I've been training a lot longer, but I'd say I've probably been thinking about my blue belt for four and a half years now, you know. Yeah, I know that if I would have been at some other places, I probably would have had my blue belt two and a half years ago, you know. Under your brother, he doesn't give anything away easy, which means something too, though, you know. I mean, I know that belt was earned. I know that I'm deserving of that belt now, you know, and it means a lot to me now to actually have it, you know. And like I said, when I first started, belts and ranks meant nothing to me. But now that I've really gained more appreciation for the martial arts in general, not just Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, it really means a lot more now, you know. And now I'm striving to get my purple, and Red promised me by 2020 I could get my purple belt, you know. So I don't have too much longer to go before I'll be ready.
All right, one other topic, which is totally unrelated to this fight. I saw on the news that you had rescued a young boy in a pool. You didn't tell anybody about it. It kind of just popped up on the news like 2 weeks after the incident. Just tell me a little bit about the story and you know, why you kind of kept it under wraps.
Honestly, I didn't really say anything to anybody about it because to me it's not anything extraordinary. I think anybody else would have done the same thing. I'm thankful that I was in the right place at the right time and was able to help out that little boy, you know. Other than that, I mean, it wasn't that big a deal. You know, I received an award for it at work, and you know, it's one of those things. I guess it makes a neat story, but as far as I'm concerned, you know, it doesn't make me any more of a person than anyone else. You know, I feel fortunate to have been there and been able to help out that little boy, but other than that, it just, you know, anyone would have done the exact same thing if that was there. You know, no one would have saw a boy laying in the bottom of the pool and not at least tried to pull him out, you know. And unfortunately, on the job, I've seen kids not make it that have fallen in the pool, you know. So I just happen to be very, very fortunate to be there at the right time and be able to get him out of there quick enough that everything turned out okay. But I don't like, to be honest with you, I don't like bringing attention to myself positively or negatively, you know. I try to just go through life, you know. So I don't know, that's about it.
Well, that's about all I got for you. Is there any sponsors or anybody you want to thank?
Yeah, I definitely want to thank Suppress Fightwear. Those guys said they're going to sponsor me for my next fight here. And they've been, I call them a team sponsor prior to this as well. So those guys are good guys. You know, I've met them and talked to them a lot, and they have a quality product and some neat designs, and they have some new designs that they just came out with. So.
All right. Thanks a lot, Karl. Good luck in the fight.